Let's talk a little bit now about the blood vessels. There are three main kinds. We have arteries, veins, and capillaries. Now, there are more than that, but we're going to simplify it. And so we're just going to focus on these three. Arteries, the definition is that these are vessels that are carrying blood away from the heart. Okay? Sometimes arteries are carrying oxygenated blood, like the aorta. Sometimes they're carrying deoxygenated blood, like the pulmonary artery. But what they have in common is that the blood in arteries is under very high pressure. So they have to be strong and they have thick walls for carrying that high pressure blood. Veins, on the other hand, are carrying blood toward the heart. So veins are carrying blood that's under lower pressure because it's been already around the body and it's coming back now. So veins have thinner walls and they're actually kind of larger in diameter. Veins also have valves in them, which is interesting to keep the blood from flowing backwards because it's not under as much pressure. And then finally we have capillaries, which are very, very tiny. Their walls are only a single cell thick, and they're carrying blood to every single cell. So capillaries are these tiny, tiny little vessels that go through all of our muscles and all of our organs and even inside of our bones and in our brain and everything. Lastly, let's talk a little bit about blood. Blood is the fluid that's carrying all of those materials. It consists of both cells and of plasma. So you'll see living cells in the blood, and then also the liquid portion, which is plasma. So plasma is the liquid part of the blood. It has a bunch of stuff in it that's being carried. It has, of course, water. It has some proteins that are called clotting factors that allow for you to have a clot if you are injured, and it makes a scab. So those clotting factors are important. It's carrying glucose to all your cells. It's carrying waste products away. It's carrying hormones that are released. From glands, and they have to go somewhere else in the body. Then we have two kinds of cells in the blood, two main kinds. We have red blood cells, also known as erythrocytes, and they are the cells that are carrying the oxygen. Without your red blood cells, you would have no oxygen for your body. Very important cells. They have this molecule called hemoglobin, and hemoglobin attaches to the oxygen and carries it. And then you have white blood cells, also called leukocytes, and their role is in fighting infection. So when you get sick with something, if you get a bacteria or you get virus in your body and you're sick, it's the white blood cells that help fight off that illness, and we're going to talk more about that later. So just to give you an idea, this is kind of what erythrocytes look like. They kind of look like a little bit of a donut. And then we have many different kinds of white blood cells. Here's a lymphocyte, a monocyte, and a neutrophil. There are other kinds. And then here you see platelets, little pieces of cells that have broken off. And platelets are the clotting factors that I talked about before. They help your blood to clot. Then we have here a microscope image of those same cells. So here we have a large lymphocyte. Here we have platelets, you can barely see it, and then erythrocytes, which are the red blood cells.